Checking the latest standings, FAU having an outstanding season. Number 19 in the net rankings. The Owls clinched a tie for the regular season title today with a win over UTEP. UAB has secured a top 5 spot in next month's Conference USA tournament, getting a bye into the quarterfinals. Welcome to Bowling Green. Great to have with us Dave Ryan alongside the coach, Mark Turgeon. Bottom line, coach, great matchup tonight. These teams picked 1-2 in the preseason Conference USA poll. Last time they met, one possession game, won by WKU. And right now, UAB is on fire.
Yeah, UAB is on fire. They've won 4 in a row, and they're playing their best basketball of the season. They're healthy, they're confident, and they look like the team that was picked to win Conference USA.
And we can't wait to watch Jordan Walker play again. 83 times in his incredible career, double figures. This guy is something else, Mark.
He's fun, he's shifty, he can change directions quickly. When he's in the gym, he's in range. He's got a great quick release. He's crafty around the basket. He does so many good things for this team to help them win games.
8 times, 30-plus points for Walker. Wow. Western Kentucky's led by Davion McKnight, the super southpaw for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I like him. He can do it on all levels. He can do it around the basket. He's a strong kid, really good mid-range. Does so much for this team, scoring, passing, rebounding. But he has one of the best mid-range games in the country.
When we come back to Bowling Green, it is game time. UAB looks to repeat the feat as Conference USA returning champs. The next step unfolds tonight. Western Kentucky wants to win on senior night. Starting lineups here in Bowling Green tonight. UAB got double-doubles from Trey Jemison and KJ Buffin the last time these teams met. Jemison had a career-best 14 rebounds. Western Kentucky big man Jamarion Sharp has the Hilltopper all-time record in block shots and dunks. Leads the nation in blocks this year with 115 swats. The tallest player for the second straight year in the nation at 7'5". Ready to go. Jemison and Sharp. That center court will jump it up here tonight. Craig Murley, Blake Harris, Alan Sutton, on-court officiating crew. Dave Ryan, Mark Turgeon with you. Conference USA action underway tonight on senior night. A blackout. And Western Kentucky in the home blacks, coach, if you will, tonight.
It's a blackout.
Taven Lovin, first possession here for UAB. On the baseline, over Acott, way too strong. Jemison, weak side rebound. Is fouled by Sharp. Andy Kennedy telling us today, Coach Turgeon, his team wants to get some sacks. That's what UAB calls 3 straight stops. And since WKU doesn't foul much, they're going to finish through contact tonight. Case in point with Jemison.
Well, that's a great start for UAB. Jemison getting that offensive rebound and picking up the first foul on Sharp. That's a big foul. Whether he makes any of these free throws or not, it's still a good possession for UAB to start.
Trey Jemison, the Clemson transfer, leading rebounder in Conference USA. 8.9 boards a game, and misses 2. Shoots 64% from the free throw line. Here comes WKU. And Davion McKnight en route to a first-team All-Conference USA season. A cut final home game for him. McKnight to drive on Lovin. Floats but can't hit. Taven Lovin the rebound for UAB.
Now, they didn't show on the ball screen. Sharp rolled early, but that's going to be a tough matchup for Lovin, trying to keep McKnight out of the paint.
Better to watch Jordan Walker. Here's Brewer. Scoop to the hoop for 2.
Yeah, Brewer's playing at a high level. He's been shooting the ball well. He gives him toughness, gives him length on defense. Really playing well.
Ty Brewer and brother Ladarius transferred in from ETSU. 6 players for Andy Kennedy will leave after this season. Eligibility exhausted. He's going back to the portal, he told us today, to restock for next season. UAB is bound for the American Conference. Here's Allen up top for 3 and short. Sharp almost had a second over the back of Jemison. Good track down for McKnight. Lobbing, Sharp catching and dunking. Jamarion Sharp the hammer.
McKnight, he does so much for this team. That's what's called winning play, hustle, getting that play and then throwing it up to Sharp, getting that loose ball. He does so much good for Western Kentucky.
Taven Lovin, one of 5 1,000-plus point scorers on the UAB roster, drives in. And the C's part, no defender on help for Lovin for 2. Great pieces for each team. UAB hot, as you talked about, 4 straight wins. They've won 8 of 9. Western Kentucky's been tough. Acott, that doesn't look too tough. The Arizona and Boise State transfer for 3.
Yeah, and Coach Stansbury wants him to be more aggressive, and he didn't hesitate on that. That's a big shot.
Team's second leading scorer. Here is Walker up top. First shot of the game for the nation's third leading scorer is strong. Hamilton runs the court nicely. McKnight finds him for two.
You don't transition defense. You don't want to give those up. Someone's got to get back if Jelly's shooting a shot.
KJ Buffin, another Power 5 conference transfer. Buffin, watched by Acott. Tough shot. Daniel Acott from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Defensive glass for Western. Step back three over 11. Way off.
Not the best shot there, but it was kind of a heat check from the last one. He's trying to be aggressive.
Listening to you, Coach. And Rick Stansbury, longtime head coach as well. Turned over by Walker and right back to Western Kentucky.
Just great hustle here by, and then the lob is, if he's near the basket, just throw it up. And he's the best shot blocker in the country, and he's the best lob catcher in the country too. Got
to be right. 7'5". That's 133 career dunks. He surpassed the great Charles Bassey here Thursday night in a win we had on our air against Louisiana Tech. Big block. Buffin bought a foul. AJ Buffin, the Ole Miss transfer, is very emotional. Was teed up in their last game against Rice on Thursday. His first foul.
First of all, it was a great screen to get Jarius open. No help on the rear screen, and Buffin was coming from behind. It's hard to tell from that angle whether they hit the arm or not, but Buffin's a big-time athlete and a good defender.
Team's third leading scorer, Jarius Hamilton, former player for UM Maryland. Addition to some time at Boston College. Stansbury knows all about facing Andy Kennedy teams. They're arch rivals when Coach Stansbury was at Mississippi State. Andy Kennedy was Ole Miss. He expects a very intense game. I know you guys had lunch today and talked a lot of basketball, didn't you?
Yeah, he's a terrific person and a heck of a coach, and he's been doing it a long time. Longevity's hard to do in this business, and he's done it.
2 NIT appearances for Stansbury here for a great run at Mississippi State in the SEC. 11 of 14 years in Starkville went to the postseason. 6 times in the NCAA tournament. Walker up top short, looking for his first points, and it's over the backboard and out of bounds. Head to head, these guys know each other well, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and you know, any rivalry's tough, and they both did great at those schools. Rick was there a long time and went to a Final Four, and Andy's the winningest coach in Mississippi history, so great years there.
Yeah, again in Conference USA. Acott back in the ISO, too strong on the righty runner. Off the back iron, Jemison tracks down the rebound. It's a good look for Acott.
Yeah, when things aren't going well, they like to post the ball a lot.
Buffin free for 3 up top. It's short. Cold shooting continues for the visitors from Birmingham. Coming off an absolute rout on Thursday at Rice, a game that was never close.
As a coach, you just want to get good shots, and Buffin's been making that shot, so it's good execution, rolling in place, just wasn't there.
McKnight travels, 6-0 run for Western Kentucky, and a good start on senior night for the Hilltoppers. A lead by 4 over UAB, underway first half at Conference USA.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Principal, helping you plan, protect, invest, and retire. By Jeep, there's only one. And by AT&T 5G, fast, reliable, secure.
Daniel Acott, Jarius Hamilton, and Luke Frampton honored here before the game. It's senior night. 3 departing seniors, eligibility exhausted. Tough luck season, Coach, when you look at what Western Kentucky has put together this year.
Yeah, when you lose your leader and Rick Stanberry right in the middle of the season for 9 games, and around Christmas is when teams really improve, and not having him was bad. And then Frampton is one of the toughest guys in the league, one of the toughest defenders. Led him in taking charges, and of course is known as one of the all-time great shooters in Hilltopper history.
166 career threes, 9th all-time. Was having a great year, 46.2 from 3. 4th all-time single season when he got hurt against Charlotte several games back. Gains into the game, the LSU transfer. And it's right back to Western Kentucky as the UAB struggles continue.
Yeah, Coach Kennedy's asking for a foul there. I thought he went hands back. Might have got his chest into him, but you can't fade away when you go at those big guys. You got to take it right at their face.
He caught the handle. Watched by Ty Brewer. Questioned brother Ladarius would play with a hairline fracture of his wrist. Suffered on a recent Texas swing to UTEP and UTSA. He practiced today. Was available during warm-ups. Hasn't seen time yet. He's a valuable piece for UAB.
Yes, he is. Gives him great depth. He's a big-time shooter. And saw Western Kentucky out of timeout trying to post Walker. Get a foul on him. Didn't work. Walker's too tough.
Walker, Jemison, the hammer. What a pass.
Yeah, it's hard guard. Sharp's got to show hard on Walker. Jemison's one of the great role players in college basketball, and Walker sees everything. Does it scoring and passing.
Dante Allen, former Mr. Basketball in this state. Former Kentucky player. Sharp almost over the back again. A couple times we could have seen foul number 2, and the officials have not whistled him for that second foul. That's important.
Difference between home and away.
Maybe so. You know, Coach, all those games. Ty Brewer, 15 to shoot. Here's Gaines. Outstanding athlete. The Hezzy. Blocked. Sharp, another one. Blocked again by Sharp. Had 2. 117 rejections now. Akon on the move. Is foul, looking for the N1. And actually fouled before the shot on the win.
Yeah, I think UAB's got to slow down a little bit. They're moving too fast, too much one-on-one right now. And the second one wasn't a very smart shot by Gaines. And, you know, Gaines just got to stay within himself, stay within the game. And he's got 3 black shirts around him. He's got to throw it out for a quick 3 on that. So better decision-making, hopefully, by UAB as the game goes on.
Ty Brewer out. Tony in for the first time for UAB. Javion Davis, transfer Alabama, Mississippi State. His 3rd stop. In as well. Jordan Rawls handles into the corner for Allen. Thinking 3's got it. Dante Allen, an incredible story for Western Kentucky, taking over for the injured Luke Frampton. Now 7 games starting has been amazing.
He has been amazing. 50% from 3. You just have to make him drive the ball, and they've done that until that shot right there. It's like a layup for him.
That's 17 points, 4 threes here Thursday night, whenever Louisiana Tech. Davis the back end and travel.
Sharp's in control of this game right now. He's totally dictating. He's kind of got in their heads a little bit. UAB's got to knock down a 3-pointer or 2, and that'll get them going. But right now they're trying to get everything to the rim. It's not working.
David Levin's back in here for Andy Kennedy. A rarity to see Jordan Walker on the bench this early in the game.
Yeah, it might be good this early. And got a immediate timeout coming in a minute 30. He'll be back soon.
Won't be long, right?
Yes.
Here's Rawls. Transfer from Georgia State. Gets free. Hits.
That's his game.
Lander and Rawls, coach, are hitting off the bench as Christian Lander did with 4 threes Thursday against the Bulldogs of Tech. It's a really dangerous team.
Very dangerous. Deep team. Nice pass by Gaines there, and 1. It's a hard guard for Sharp. There's number 2.
Javion Davis, a lay-in chance for a 3-point play, UAB, and more importantly, second foul for the 7-5. Jamarion Sharp.
Great bounce pass by Gaines, and you know Sharp's got to show a little flat on those ball screens. He's late, but that's not his help. I can't see who was not on the help side there, but might have been Marshall, or there should have been a black shirt there helping Sharp. If he's going to help on ball screens, he needs help on weak side defense. That's a big foul, big play right there. Could change the momentum of the game.
6'11" from Senegal. Falouzian is in. That's been a very good 3-point shooter for Rick Stansbury at 6'11", but he's not the rim protector Sharp is. No one else is in the nation. With the National League in block shots, Davis can't hit the free throw. Might have a lane violation here.
Yeah, I think what you'll see Coach Kennedy throw the ball inside now and play inside out through his post players, and that's one thing I really like about UAB. They can win so many different ways. They can win shooting a 3. They can win post up. They can win on the break. They can win with their defense, changing defenses.
John, the lane violation. Davis a second crack at it. That takes advantage and does eventually complete the 3-point play.
All right, here we go. 1-3-1.
You like this?
Well, I've been waiting for it. And it's a good lineup to do it against. Just got to know where Allen is.
McKnight the handle. Tyrone Marshall into the game. Off the UAB bench, knocked aside. Good hustle from Gaines. 14 to shoot. Here for Western. Or one of Europe's most storied rivalries returns to the pitch. SPFL Showdown you won't want to miss. Catch league leaders Rangers and Celtic as they face off in the Old Firm Derby here on CBS Sports Network.
Back to their 1-3-1. What makes it difficult is sometimes they go back to a 2-3, which they did this time. Other times they switch back to man, so really never know what's coming.
Marshall baseline short. Davis loose change rebound. Good hustle UAB.
Great offense. Got a good look. Got in the paint. Attacked the zone.
UAB needs a spark. Walker's out of the game for now. Taven Lovin trying to create that. Almost knocked aside by McKnight. Foul. Davion McKnight, the bump. He spoke to McKnight today after the Hilltopper shoot around. He said emotions will be high on senior night. He's only a junior, but he wants to send the 3 seniors out with a victory tonight.
Yeah, he's a great teammate. He cares about people, and he's fun to watch. He's just a terrific all-around player and a great teammate.
Christian Lander in for the first time. Indiana transfer. Whoa, that's physical. Jean and Gaines coming together. It looked like Eric Gaines lost his footing in the paint and falls awkwardly. And we've got a timeout here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Gaines to the basket. Hard foul, Jean. Timeout, Conference USA at 13-9 game. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal on CBS Sports Network. Teams met head-to-head January 11th in Birmingham at Bartow Arena. And coach, about 4 minutes left, second half. That's when Luke Frampton and Jordan Walker come together. Incidental contact, but Walker twisted his left foot. Did finish that game at 28 points and 7 threes, but was never the same. Missed the next 5 games for UAB. Team went 3-2 in that span. Now he's back, and they're better than ever.
Yeah, he's so important. He's one of the most important players to a team in the country. And they're dynamic offensively because of him when he's out there, because he spreads the floor so much. You have to come out and guard him. And he's so shifty and quick with the ball. He can do so many things.
A moment ago, Eric Gaines driving the paint here, coach. Jean with the clothesline foul, and it's been upgraded to an F1, flagrant 1. So 2 shots in the ball here for UAB.
Yeah, and I like the call. It's excessive and above the shoulders, and not a smart play by him. I understand not giving up layups, but just not a smart play. And now it looks like Western Kentucky's going small. We'll play Hamilton at the 5 and Marshall at the 4. So now you're going to see UAB really pounded inside.
Gaines second in Conference USA in assists to Max Fueller of Rice. Jordan Walker right behind third in the conference in dimes per game. 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Gaines has got to be aggressive with this lineup on the floor. Him and Brewer are the 2 guys, and he's capable. He's just got to take good shots.
Walker still out. Gaines for Tony. And Kennedy did say his team learned a lot without Jordan Walker in the lineup. Other guys stepped up. They played pretty well. Offensive foul. Davion Davis picks it up, getting too physical in the post.
Well, that's the great equalizer. You just front the post, and you get help from the backside. And you know, Jay Wright was one of the best at coaching and never worried about size or matchups. They just worked hard in front of the post, pressured the ball, and helped from the backside. So that's what Western Kentucky has to do with sharp out of the game.
There's foul on Davis from Canton, Mississippi.
As long as you go guard to guard, they're going to stay in their 1-3-1.
Steele Gaines read the passing lane perfectly. To the races through the traffic for 2.
He's dynamic. He's got a lot of game. If he can just harness it, make the right decisions, he's a terrific player. Go back to their 2-3 now.
Here's Hamilton. Nice range.
Yeah, Hamilton can do that. So that went back to man. They sent a cutter right away, and they go man to man. You gotta crowd Hamilton on that shot. He'll make that all day.
1,200 career plus points, most of the active Western Kentucky roster. Third stop for Hamilton. Third for Davis as well. Tries down low. The Great effort for Javion Davis from UAB. Chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, just too big and too strong. All right, here they are on their, yeah, just too big, too strong. Helps late. Allen's late. Allen's got to stick his nose in there and really help him instead of just sticking one hand in there. Just too big and too strong. And I think what UAB's got to do is they got to set some cross screens to get these guys open, take away the front, and then it'll be a really hard matchup for Western Kentucky. Right now, you just come down, choose a side, and try to throw it in the post. That's a little bit easier to guard.
Three-point play again for Davis. Got a couple of those here in the first half for UAB. Andy Kennedy, after the practice for UAB today with us, coach, made a point of saying Western Kentucky doesn't get called for a lot of fouls, so we've got to take advantage of our post touches and score down low. But they're getting to the free throw line a lot. 6 times already in the first half. Yeah,
they're just not making them. They're starting to find a little bit of groove. This 1-3-1 is really helping them. I think West Kentucky's 1 for 3 against it. They just had a deflection there. They should have had another steal. Brewer at the top. He's got long arms.
School record 27 wins last year for Andy Kennedy. The school's second all-time winning scorer. Great player for Gene Bartow in his days. Walker back on the court and back in the scorebook.
That's
Walker for 3.
That's UAB basketball, right? Force a quick 3 against the zone. Great pitch ahead by Gaines. And Walker's rested and ready to go. 103
of the year to lead Conference USA for a guy who missed 5 games with a foot injury we talked about, and a game early in the year as well he sat on. So he's missed 6 total. Foul call down low against UAB.
Yeah, quick 3 overhand. Great pitch ahead. And that's UAB. Good box out by Hamilton on the break there. Keeping Davis off the boards. A lot of people don't think you need to box out in transition. Might have learned something at Maryland.
Just maybe. 12-2 run. About 3 minutes here for UAB. Take a lead by 3. Tonight from Bowling Green. Joey Walker's 3rd stop. Laws at Davis. Fall down the ankle breaker. McKnight baseline. Had it stripped. Lost the handle. UAB's defense coach, you're right, since making that change, has flipped the script on the game.
Yeah, and too much standing around. They went man that time. They need to go 5 out. They got 5 guards on the floor. They just got to spread them out. Make Davis be a perimeter defender.
Walker lost it. Brewer regains. Fires for Davis, who lays it in. Ty Brewer, what a pass.
Yeah,
from
big
up
time.
Top.
Big time pass. No hesitation. Saw it was a step ahead. They got to figure this zone out. That's not the way.
Brewer, the steal. Ty Brewer to the basket.
Yeah, they got to slow down. They got to play as a team, and
Oh, UAB right now. Ty Brewer and UAB taking this game over tonight in Bowling Green, up 7. .22-15 game. Andy Kennedy's team on a run, coach, and the defense really has changed things tonight, right?
Yeah, the 1-3-1, or they call it 13, has been the difference. They're getting their hands on balls, they're shooting quick shots, but a lot of it's Western Kentucky. They got to slow down. What teams in the league have done a great job is they just get the ball to the wing, and then they flatten it out, and then the 2-3 is not nearly as good as this 1-3-1. But they're going 4 around 1, so let's see if they can flatten it out and then get to the zone. As long as you play guard to guard, they'll stay in it.
10-0 run since the defense switched. Another turnover. ACAT can't handle it in front of the Blazer bench. Now, right now, Western Kentucky is completely out of sorts in the half-court offense.
Yeah, no rhythm whatsoever, and they got to figure out how to flatten that zone. You can't play guard to guard against it. If you play guard to guard, throwing the ball back and forth to the top, you're not going to beat it.
6 first-half turnovers, Western Kentucky here. KJ Buffin back in the game. Gaines drives, lost the handle on the baseline. Came right to his teammate there in Ephraim Johnson, a freshman out of Huntsville, Alabama, but he lost it out of bounds and right back to Western Kentucky. So if you're Rick Stansbury, we talked about the offensive execution in the half court. You better figure things out pretty quickly here.
Yeah, they just got to flatten it out. They got to flatten it out sooner. Got to bring these guys in the corner a little higher. Now they'll drop to their 2-3. That's the way they attack it.
Marshall drives in, looks for roll, doesn't get it. The follow, the foul. And a chance for some free throws here for Tyrone Marshall, JC transfer from Colby Community College.
Yeah, so you've seen the last 2 possessions where they've been effective against it. They've gotten to the corner, they've driven it right away. One time they drove baseline, picked up a foul. I like the drive middle that Marshall had there. It's really hard to guard, and guys are looking at their man, chasing him weak side, and they don't see the drive.
First time these teams met, Emmanuel Aycott was injured a few minutes in and suffered a concussion and sat out the next few games for Western Kentucky. Tyrone Marshall, Dante Allen came in, did a great job late in that game, January 11th at Bartow Arena by Western Kentucky in the final seconds. Sharps back in here, coach, with the 2 fouls. You like this with 8:20 left?
I do like it. I do like it because you got to trust them. It's too big of a game, and they can stick his right by the rim and just throw it up to him against that 1-3-1.
Gaines in the corner. It's Johnson too strong. Davis weak side rebound. He's had a great first half here for UAB. Gaines and Johnson almost turned it over. Here's Eric Gaines, hesitation. Step back. Works up top for Brewer. Not close. Hamilton the rebound and a foul called on Eric Gaines of UAB. His first foul. We've got a timeout here on CBS Sports Network. It's Conference USA action. Numbers tonight, Jamarion Sharp for a 2nd straight year, the tallest player in the nation at 7'5", set a school record at 148 blocks last year. And coach, I called the game with Mike O'Donnell here on Thursday night. Sharp and Western Kentucky against Louisiana Tech. Sharp was awesome, played 34 minutes, 8 points, all on dunks. He had 11 rebounds and 2 blocks. He was everywhere against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I love the way he won block shots, but his defensive rebounding in that game was terrific. And then it looks like Coach Stansbury says, man rebounds and run the break as fast as you can, and that's where he's gotten better.
The Intuit TurboTax player profile is Jamarion Sharp, 17 blocks and counting, division leader in both of those, as we see all the major categories with dunks and blocks. All-time leader in that stat in Western history. And we talked to him after the shoot-around the other day before the Louisiana Tech game. He said, growing up in the state of Kentucky, yes, I was very tall. 1 year at JC at John Logan College, I wasn't required to protect the rim as much as I am now. I didn't block that many shots. It's hard to believe that.
It is hard to believe, but he might have still been growing. It's timing, and sometimes you're still growing. You're half a second slow, and he's not a half a second slow anymore.
Not anymore. He told us, I'm amazed every time I look up online the stats and see myself leading the nation. Never dreamt that would be possible. Pretty cool story.
It's a great story. It's UAB's 3rd defense. They went soft press back to a 2-3.
Allen all the way to the basket. The hammer goes right past Brewer. So Western Kentucky takes advantage of the defensive switch for UAB.
Yeah, UAB has to do a much better job of guarding the ball. Now we see a little 2-3 zone from West Kentucky trying to protect Sharp.
Ty Brewer, everything to go down. The top of the key. We've not seen his brother Ladarius in the game yet. Jamison, an early factor, but since then has not been a major force for UAB. One of the best rebounders in the country. Leads Conference USA in boards. Hamilton thinking threes. Got it on senior night. Little glare to the UAB bench as well.
Yeah, really good offense, and Aycott made the right read there. They helped off on Sharp's roll. He skipped it to Hamilton and knocked it down.
7-0 top and run. Hamilton, 7 points. Jamison to touch, overplay Sharp, knocks it out of bounds. 12 to shoot here for UAB.
Grant. Yeah, so if you're not going to show a little bit on a ball screen there, you're going to get hurt on the dunk. They got to do a better job of guarding the basketball, guarding ball screens in their man defense.
Here's Gaines, inbound play just inside the free throw line, doesn't get a roll. Tapped out by Jamison, and it's out of bounds. Touches the sideline, right back to Western Kentucky.
It's a game of momentum, and now, now they got their defense, so they can go back to this 1-3-1. We'll see if West Kentucky made any adjustments against this 1-3-1.
KJ Buffin, top of the defense. Western Kentucky was just flummoxed in the half court several possessions in a row against this 1-3-1. Does that work for you, Mark? Flummoxed?
Yeah.
Pretty apropos. Down low, but Sharp couldn't handle. Regains and lays it into the left. Good want-to from Jamarion Sharp.
Well, it was great patience that time. Wasn't necessarily great offense, but it was great patience. They finally had to break down the defense. That was a heck of a play by Sharp. He misses a layup, grab it that quick, and finish around the basket.
Walker's been quiet, just 1-3 so far. Jemison the handle. Native of Birmingham. Johnson. KJ Buffin, under 10 to shoot. Baseline. Contested, tipped up and in. Wow, Eric Gaines way up. Lefty tap in on the follow.
Yeah, your point guard in there with the tip in. It usually doesn't happen a lot in college basketball, but he was right there.
Here's McKnight, loses the defender. A shot. Free throw line won't go. That's a rarity for Davion McKnight. Western's leading scorer. 5th in Conference USA, 17+ points a game.
Yeah, he has no rhythm. The changing defense is really taking him out of the game. And you see this zone, they're really shading towards Walker.
Good high post touch there from Buffin and a foul call. And KJ Buffin, a missed transfer, heads to the free throw line here. 14 points, 4 rebounds, couple threes in the win over Rice on Thursday on senior night at Bartow Arena. He's got one more free throw.
Yeah, he's important to them because when he gets going offensively, he really stretches things, opens things up in the middle. In this zone, you could tell UAB didn't think it was coming tonight. It's taken them a while. They're getting a little bit better. They're really shading towards Walker. It's going to open up a lot of gaps for him. But his free throw shooting could become a problem as the game goes on. They shoot a lot, but they usually make a lot too.
0 for 2 there for Buffin, who shoots 75% from the line entering play tonight. It's a team 3 for 8 from the stripe so far. Lob for Sharp. Buffin got in the way. No call. A lot of contact. And no foul called on KJ Buffin. Help break up the lob try. Here's Walker. Gets the pick from Jemison, but can't click from 3. Track down corner. Hamilton a battle. Along with Taven Lovin. And it's out of bounds.
And that's a shot you want in transition. Sharp's running back to the basket. He's too deep to help on the ball screen. And, you know, a dynamic player like Walker usually makes those and just didn't make that one.
Walker at 32 on Thursday. 8th career 30+ point game, breaking Andy Kennedy's record. And we talked to Coach Kennedy about that at practice yesterday. He said, look, no one asked me. He last played in 1991. No one asked me when I see him at a restaurant, hey, aren't you the guy who had 8 30-point games or is number 2 all time in scoring?
Yeah, it's actually brought attention to his scoring, having a guy like Jelly. So everybody's like, man, he must have been a heck of a player.
He was. Yeah. 1,700+ points for Gene Bartow at UAB. Andy Kennedy had a really good pro career overseas as well. Walker's breaking the records this year. An incredible 2-year run for Jelly Walker as a Blazer. Tony convert. Rebound down low. The stick back is put in by Taven Lovin. He got a shot to the face as well. Did lay it in, but no foul call.
Yeah, actually, it's taken me a while. I'm a little embarrassed here. They're in a diamond and 1 and a box and 1 on Walker. Walker's got to get involved as a screener. They can set ball screens for him. Guys rolling, but he just can't stand like he stood that possession.
And Coach Kennedy said they played that last time against him. That pass, Aycock behind McKnight. Look at Walker, the court speed. Catches up to it, goes for the layup. It's blocked by Allen. Just a little bit of the rock there from Dante Allen to alter that reverse layup try with a left from Walker. He is fast.
Oh my gosh.
Got wheels. Aycock, bump Tony. Manuel Aycock, former All-Mountain West player at Boise State. Here's Allen up top, trying to find his rhythm, along with the rest of the Hilltoppers offensively this evening. Tony, bumped by Sharp, could have easily been another foul, but again, no call. McKnight on the move, Hamilton, up and away for Western.
That's a perfect example of a guy making a bad decision, trying to go at Sharp, and McKnight isn't scoring a lot, but he's letting the game just come to him. He keeps making great passes.
Jarius Hamilton, your former player at Maryland, has been awesome tonight. 4 for 4 from the field. He's got 10 points, to lead all scores so far. We're tied up at 26. You're watching March to March on CBS Sports Network, presented by Principal. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Adam Zucker, Chris Walker, John Rothstein, Seth Davis. Good, you caught up on scores and highlights from around college basketball on the final Saturday of February. Yes, Mark, North Carolina did beat Virginia in that must-win for Hubert Davis. The Iowa-Michigan State game was incredible at Carver Hawkeye in Iowa City. There were some big matchups in Big 12 as well. Points in the paint, Coach, a big key here.
It is a big key, and for UAB, thank God they have them. They have 20 points in the paint out of their 26. They're 1 for 8 from the foul line and 1 for 6 from 3. So points in the paint are keeping them in the game. And their defense and forcing turnovers. But they got to keep doing that, and they got to make a few shots as the game goes on.
2 games left, Andy Kennedy this year at Western tonight. It's in the regular season at Charlotte next Saturday. Western's got 3 games, so it's a bit off of the schedule between the two in a 20-game Conference USA schedule in an 11-team league this year. That changes next year with a lot of transition, 6 teams off to the American.
Straight 2-3 this time.
Brewer, high post, spins and hits.
That's his shot. He missed it earlier, went all the way in and out, but they went straight 2-3 out of the timeout.
6 for Ty Brewer in the first half. Randy Kennedy so far, under 2 to go here in the opening 20. Loose change came right to the big guy. Sharp foul by Jemison. It was a lucky break, and McKnight is hurt.
Yeah, I think he got poked in the eye. Gaines reached from behind, and on the follow-through, he might have got him in the face on the follow-through.
Quick hands by Gaines. That was an amazing play.
Yeah, Gaines is a terrific athlete, and he's a little bit loose, and you know that's not smart defense out there. And Jemison picked up his second foul because of it, and it was really a smart foul. With Sharp, don't give him a layup, make him earn everything. And you got a sub as like Davis coming in for you. You can have those kind of fouls.
First foul, Jemison. Davis back in. Great first half tonight. Sharp at 7-5. Good form on the second free throw. 1 out of 2. He is a senior in terms of the class listing officially. He has 1 more year of eligibility. Coach Stansbury's hoping he'll come back for another season.
I bet he is. So has everybody in this building tonight.
Brewer over Sharp. A miss from the free throw line. And 7-5 Sharp, a strong rebound. Got 3 of those so far in the game in the first half. Here's Acott in the paint. Operates over Brewer. Gets a roll. That's being aggressive.
Yeah, and that's his game. That's his game. And they're not going to come help. They're going to stay close to shooters. They're not coming off McKnight. They're not coming off Allen. It's just one-on-one down there. Guys got to be patient.
Up top, Gaines. That's a good looking form. And hits a deep 3, his first triple of the game.
Yeah, they're giving him that shot. He's got to step out. He could have stepped in a couple feet and got against the line. We know when you're coaching, you always say, get against the line, get against the line. He made that a little more difficult shot than it needed to be.
32 threes for Gaines this year. A key factor at LSU, made the transfer to UAB. Acott was the highest rated portal transfer in Conference USA in the offseason. 3 to shoot. Rawls lets it go, too strong. It's out of bounds, goes back to UAB.
That was their best defense guarding the ball all night, to be honest with you. And they never got broken down. They started in a 2-3. It switches to a man. As soon as someone penetrates, or as soon as something gets a little out of kilter, they just match up in it. And they did a great job guarding the ball and forced a tough shot overhand. 1
possession game. McKnight 0 for 2, has no points. 1 field goal so far for Jordan Walker. 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. He's got 3 points, so that's it. These 2 super guards we talked about at the top of the broadcast have not been a big factor yet.
Yeah, looks like they're back to their diamond in 1 on Walker. Yeah, wouldn't let him catch if they were. Let's see if he goes with them.
10 to shoot. Final moments here in the first half tonight from Bowling Green. Davis hoping to wrap up a good opening 20. Taylor Lovin grabs it and lays it in. Great hustle for Lovin. Here's Rawls. Final seconds, almost stolen by Gaines. Comes to Brewer. And that's the opening half here tonight from Bowling Green, Kentucky. We expected a tight game. Didn't get great play for the two-star guards, but it's close to 20 minutes.
No, and they're letting the game come to them. They're not forcing anything, which is great to see as a coach. And they ran a nice little zone play there. And you know, if Western Kentucky wants to win this game, they got to take away paint points. That's for sure.
33-29. UAB leads Western halfway home on senior night. AT&T at the half. The guys in the studios coming up next. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Principal. 4-point lead for the Blazers at the break. You're watching March to March on CBS Sports Network, presented by Principal. Halftime, Conference USA. UAB needs to win its last 2 regular season games to clinch the number 3 seed in the upcoming conference tournament. Welcome back. Dave Ryan, Mark Turgeon with you here from Bowling Green, Kentucky. So in his great career head-to-head with Western Kentucky, Jordan Walker, 24.5 points a game. 1 for 5 in the first half. He had 3 points. Davion McKnight was scoreless. 4 turnovers in the first half, but others really stepped up as we checked the numbers. The bench scoring fantastic for UAB.
Yeah, and when your stars aren't getting it done, guys got to step up. And UAB's bench stepped up. They had 20 points to 4. And neither team's playing well. Neither team's shooting the ball well. But the turnovers there, you see the 9 turnovers. That really sticks out. And that really got UAB going. And then we get into bench scoring here, and Gaines and Davis have been terrific. Here's Davis. Gaines to Davis, and an and one, which was sharp second foul. But paint touches and paint points have been everything for a team that hasn't been able to make shots. Gaines getting in the lane, getting out on the break. Super ultra talented young man, and a great finish there. And then against the zone, or the diamond and one, however you want to look at it, knocks down the big 3.
3 points for Walker, the 1 3-pointer. McKnight, well, the 4 turnovers might be even a bigger stat. Really surprising, so strong on the ball and difficult to stop defensively in the half court. He has struggled. Let's see if that changes in half number 2 with our big stars tonight.
Yeah, they're 2 great players. They're going to step up and make plays. Now, the whole game plan for both teams is to take those guys out. And a couple of his turnovers have been right around the rim. He got stripped, and that usually doesn't happen to him. So I expect our stars to step up.
See if UAB can win its 5th straight, trying to get to 9 out of 10 wins. Their lone loss in that span. Double overtime on the road at North Texas. One of the best teams in Conference USA. Half number 2 underway. Senior night, blackout night here at EA Diddle Arena on the Western Kentucky campus. Under 10 to shoot, first possession. Half number 2, it's Allen up top for 3. Way off and out of bounds.
That's not the possession you want coming out of a halftime for Western Kentucky, and it was really good on-ball defense by Brewer there. And it's a tough shot for Allen. You got to make Allen move. He's not quite as good a shooter.
Almost 19 points a game in the 6 he started since Luke Frampton was hurt in Charlotte. Went out for his career. Here's Walker trying to get it going. Half number 2, a lefty shot. Jemison the cleanup, blocks. Short on the rejection, outlet for Acott. David Lovin almost drew the charge. Allen in transition, a 3. Not this time, short front iron miss. It's out of bounds. Western keeps it.
Yeah, Sharp has just been so good around the rim tonight, and timing is terrific on that block. I believe that's his 3rd for the game, and great rim protector. One of the all-time best in college basketball.
118 rejections on the year for Jamarion Sharp. Can McKnight get it going? The answer is no, not right now. Another turnover, his 5th of the game. This is shocking for a guy who's a lock for first-team All-Conference USA this year.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but he's going to stay calm. He's got a great demeanor about himself. He's going to compete. He's going to try hard, and the good thing is the night he's having, they're only down 4, so it's still right in the game.
David Lovin for Buffin in the corner, thinking 3 ball. He's got it. Big confidence builder for KJ Buffin. Deep corner ball 3. First points of the game.
And I think their second 3 that they've made, and Buffin's been doing that. He's been shooting the ball well, and makes him a lot harder to guard when he's doing that.
Winning on the road by 7 without the services of the offensive star Walker and the production so far. Hamilton, great first half, continues launching a 3 to begin the second half on senior night.
Well, that's what you love about McKnight. He's frustrated, but he just ran the play, made the pass at the perfect time, and a nice roll and replace play by Western Kentucky.
Ty Brewer. Ball movement, Taven Lovin. Drives on Allen, really tough shot, and finishes through contact. Chance for a three-point play for Taven Lovin, something Andy Kennedy told us yesterday would be so important, absorbing the hit and getting the hoop.
Yeah, and the one thing you have to do is you got to keep Lovin out of the paint. He's not going to shoot threes. You just have to keep him out of the paint. Not very good defense by Allen, and then, you know, a heck of a finish by Lovin. That's why he's out there. They got a lot of confidence in him. He's good defensively. He's good around the rim, and finished the half with a tip in, and maybe an and one to start the second half.
Senior guard from Franklin, Kentucky. All-time games played leader in UAB history. A fifth-year senior, including the COVID year, who played his entire career with one school.
Yeah, that
Did
doesn't.
you hear that right?
Yeah,
in the portal transfer era, stuck with it for 5 years. That's amazing.
And that's why maybe Andy's going with him here late in the year, because he's kind of rewarding them, and yeah, they starting these 5 seniors, and they're really playing well together.
This fray cut, everything to go down for the Arizona and Boise State transfer. Walker trying to get loose. Not easy against the suffocating Western defense tonight. Kelly for Brewer, 10 to shoot. Third school, Seton Hall, Tulane, and UAB. Brewer in the corner, way off on a three. Weak side rebound for Akon.
That's a really hard guard for Sharp on that ball screen. Coming
Hamilton. Wow! Some range. Third stops a charm for Jarius Hamilton, and on senior night he's lighting it up here.
Yeah, he can do that. He can make shots, especially when he gets it going. So I think that's 16 for him in the game.
He played 5 for you were saying, right? And Maryland, interesting at his size, was a good shooter.
Yeah. Played the 4 and the 5, and he knew how to play, and that's just bad defense, being late. But you know, you got to guard him. He's hot. He's made 3, I believe, now, and you got to get out and guard him and make him a driver. And you know, UAB's been much better this half at this end. They're moving the ball better. They got a wide open 3 for Brewer last possession. He just airballed it, but it was a great offensive possession.
Touch for Jemison. Jump hook. Wow. Wow. That is a pro move for the nearly 7 feet, 260-pound Trey Jemison. A fantastic move for the Birmingham native.
Against the double team, turned away from it. That's why I like UAB. They got a lot of options offensively, inside and out.
Jemison had a career best 14 boards. We told you the last time these teams met. Double-double was 10 and 14. McKnight trying to get his first points. Can't. Allen, strong rebound, stick back, a foul. And Dante Allen gets physical. And the right low block and a foul called on Jemison, leading us to break. Timeout. 41-35. UAB elite on the road against Western tonight. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal on CBS Sports Network. Don't forget Middle Tennessee, North Texas coming your way. 8 Eastern Thursday night. More Conference USA action. Mean Green looking for a solid closeout of the regular season against Middle. Blue Raiders won today. They beat Louisiana Tech 63-49. Eli Lawrence had 12, and Elias King had 13 off the bench. So think about these two teams. Middle, for Nick McDevitt, tremendous talent. You love T. Leonard as one of the most athletic players in the conference.
Yeah, I had them a couple weeks ago, and they're a terrific team, athletic, long. This league is terrific. Doesn't get enough credit for how good the league is, how good the coaches are, the talent in this league. And then North Texas having another terrific year, and you know, they really get after you and they guard you. So that'll be a great game late in the season.
Top 5 teams get to the quarterfinals. In the Conference USA tournament this year, there are 11 teams in the league. All 11 are going to go to Frisco, Texas and play. The first 6 play the opening round game to get to the quarterfinals. 3 winners advance to make 8. So if UAB wins this game and wins their next game against Charlotte in a week, they'll clinch the 3 seed. That's really all that's at stake. Right now it looks like Western is definitely outside the top 5 and playing in that first day.
Yep. And Charlotte's really playing well. They beat North Texas the other night. It's going to be a heck of a game next week between Charlotte and UAB.
Unsuccessful the free throw line after being fouled before the break to make this a 4-point game. We've got an official
clock did
timeout.
Yeah,
Clock
shot clock.
Shot clock says 58.
Well,
we don't have a 58-second shot clock, Mark.
We don't even need a 30 tonight, to be honest with you. These guys shoot quick, and
I mean, is that an 8 or an upside down A, or?
It's an upside down A. That's
I'm not
good.
sure what's
Yeah.
happening there exactly.
A 50 upside down A. Yeah, how does that happen? I just turned it off. I'll plug it back in. Technology these
That's what
days.
I do at home, right? Just unplug it, plug it back in, hope it works.
Beat on it a little bit, see if it.
I mean, old guy
works.
like me, it's what you do.
And my wife's at home laughing because she knows that I can't fix anything. All I can do is change a light bulb, and she has to do all the heavy lifting at home. So
I understand totally. So
yeah.
net rankings, Coach. FAU at 19, 17-0 at home after their win today. They beat UTEP 75-49. Are you a believer in FAU that if they don't win the Conference USA tournament at the beginning of March, they'll get in as an at-large? Hasn't happened in Conference USA since 2012 when Memphis and Southern Miss both got in.
100%, I think they're in, because everybody loses this time of year. Now, obviously, their loss could be a quad 3 or a quad 4 loss, but that's not going anywhere. I like their chances, their last 2 road games. Especially if Kobe Williams not playing at Tech anymore. Won't be easy. It's hard winning on the road, but I think they're in. I think they can lose one of those 2 games and not win the championship.
And still get in.
And still get in. This league it's so hard to win in league play, and they're 16-2. It's remarkable. And I'm watching these 2 teams and how talented these 2 teams are and how great this league is. I think. I really believe they're in. I think Conference USA probably going to get 2 teams in this year would be my guess. So Florida Atlantic, if they don't win the tournament, it's going to open the door for somebody else. And if they do finish 18-2 and they're like they were on the 9 seed today, I believe, or highest 10 seed.
Highs of 10 on Jerry Palm bracketology at CBSSports.com. Exactly.
Yeah, they were the highest.
Michigan State,
the highest 10 seed, and that's a lot of ground for people to pass them. And because this time of year it's hard to win, and so other teams are going to lose too. But I'm a believer in them. They're fun to watch. Coach May should be up for coach of the year. He'll definitely probably be coach of the year in the league and in his region, and he'll be up for national coach of the year. So here we go. They unplugged it, they banged on it, and the shot clock is working.
FAU clinched a tie for the regular season title in Conference USA with a resounding win today. Just smashed UTEP 75-49. Elijah Martin at 21 for the Owls. Good roll.
Yeah, excellent play by Coach Kennedy out of the timeout. Did a little isolation for Gaines. Gaines is feeling it tonight, really helping him. Been under control for the most part. Here we are back with the 1-3-1. There you go. That'll flatten it out. See, you get it to the wing there. Flattens it out. Looks like they're in man.
10 for Gaines off the Blazer bench. 4 of 8 shooting. Can McKnight get going? Scoreless still. Hamilton, the flash through the paint. No finish. J.J. Buffin, offensive glass for UAB. Taven Lovin on the move. A piece of it for Sharp, also a piece of the arm. And he picks up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, that was excellent offense at the other end for West Kentucky. They did the isolation. That's his block. You know, McKnight made the great read, and just Hamilton missed it. And then Lovin's been attacking that rim all night. And that's 3. That's a big. We'll see what Coach Stansberry does here. I imagine they'll stick with them. They might go back to that zone.
Second team All-Conference USA. Taven Lovin in 2021. A senior from here in the state of Kentucky, from Franklin.
He's trying to, Coach Stansberry's trying to change the call to Acott. The old veteran.
You've got to work the officials, Coach. You know that very well. Lovin hits the second free throw. 1 of 2 for Taven Lovin. Not successfully, by the way. It's still 3 on Sharp.
Yeah,
but it's a good try.
Yeah, they're sticking with it. I'd put Sharp right by the rim down there. Throw it to that wing and throw it up to him. Have him get opposite.
McKnight for Allen. He'll drive the paint. Float way too strong. Sharp a hand on it. Loose change. Jemison and Buffin come up with a block here for UAB. Walker silent so far. Pass trying to make some noise to Jemison. And he's fouled. Some free throws on the way for the Clemson transfer, Trey Jemison.
Yeah, Western Kentucky's been late on the roll, late on the weak side help, and you'll see it here. Aycott should be in there way before that, and then you got to get your body in there and not reach. But Walker just letting the game come to himself, not trying to force things, and that might change things. They're starting to make some free throws. A much better rhythm this half for UAB on this end. Lovin has a lot to do with it. Lovin's having a terrific game and really helping him. But the scoring's coming from all players except Walker right now, and that just shows you how deep and how good UAB is.
13 rebounds for Jemison against Rice on Thursday. 6 boards here tonight. Hits the free throws. A foul a moment ago from Aycott.
Staying 2-3. Much better job, much better game plan this half.
Hamilton gathers, top of the key, then lost it. Hands again for UAB. Walker's running with Buffett. Back for Jordan Walker. Declines the three. Instead drives the paint, sets it up here in the half court.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Hamilton's got to throw that up. You can't throw that. That's got to be a lob for Sharp.
Lob down low. Guess what? Gaines up high for the slam. From Buffin on the back cut. Eric Kane Gaines up and away. For UAB, their largest lead expands now to 11. And the Diddle Arena crowd silenced here in the second half tonight.
Not a lot of help on rear screens tonight. That's just a simple rear screen and just no help. Sharp's just got to put his hands up.
Nearly thrown away. Aycott gathers on Buffin. Reverse layup for 2.
To be honest with you, once you get past that 1-3-1, the defense isn't very good. It's a lot of gambling. The matchups aren't great. It's got to make the right decisions against it.
Gaines hesitates on Sharp. Scoop to the hoop, not close. Almost. Sharp had his fourth a moment ago. Lovin spins through traffic. Sharp was late on the rotation. Taven Lovin for 2. Spin cycle off the glass and in.
Lovin wants to be the MVP tonight. He's balling. I think Sharp got his 4th there. He was getting ready to get his 5th on Lovin, but he tripped over his teammate's foot trying to get across the lane.
Lovin and Gaines each have 12 points to lead the way for UAB. McKnight trying to finally get his first points of the game. It rattles out, and the struggles continue. He's 0 for 4 from the field. Has not tried a 3 this game. He's had 5 assists, but 5 turnovers for the great Davion McKnight. Here's Walker, free for 3. Short. McKnight fell as defender, and Jelly Walker had a lot of time. Other end for Hamilton, a 3-ball front iron miss. Rebound for Jordan Walker. UAB in control. Gaines for 3. Too strong. Buffin kept it alive over Aycott. Walker, deep 3. Got it. There's the Jordan Walker we know so well. Second 3. Got 101 triples on the season. Rick Stansberry has seen enough. Timeout, Western Kentucky. A huge UAB lead.
Yeah, it was, and Andy Kennedy saying, "Don't shoot it, don't shoot it," and he nailed it. But you know, sometimes it's hard when you're not in a rhythm to get all the shots you need. But a little inside out, great pass by Buffin, and get the little guy going. It's going to be tough for Western Kentucky.
All right, Coach, take a look at the Jeep AP Top 10. There were some exciting games going on today. We were watching the hotel before, in between practices. I mean, that Iowa comeback was extraordinary in the Big Ten, but Baylor had a big battle with Texas as well in the Big 12.
Yeah, Baylor was down 18-4 to start the game, coming back and won 81-72. I think they're terrific. I think they can win a national championship. Arizona State finally got Arizona with a over half-court shot, nothing but the bottom of the net, and tough place to win. And then North Carolina got a much-needed win if they want to be a part of the NCAA tournament. Beat Virginia, who seems to be struggling a little bit last couple games on the road. Always have not scoring as well as they need to, but they'll always guard you.
UNC preseason #1, staggering toward the finish line of the regular season. Got Duke coming up. Had to beat both Virginia and Duke. Gaines is stealing his stuff on Aycott. What a play by Eric Gaines.
Yeah, you got a pass fake. You just can't do that. Gaines is second for MVP of this game. He's really wanting it too. Him and
Andy Kennedy, in our discussion with him, wasn't sure how to respond to not starting. The second straight game. Didn't start senior night on Thursday against Rice. Off the bench tonight, he has been spectacular for UAB.
Yeah, I think Coach Kennedy's found something. Senior night might have found a rhythm for this team. Now I know they've won 8 out of 9. They're playing well, but they've been dynamite these last 2 games.
Buffett, no success over the 7-5 Sharp. Plucked away by Acott. Western needs something here in a hurry to stop the run. 7-0 over the last couple minutes here for UAB. McKnight still scoreless. Allen thinking 3, top of the key. It's off the mark. Acott strong rebound. And he's fouled by Taven Lovett.
Yeah, the press and the 1-3-1 has been the whole thing. Here's Gaines. He's got really long arms. Got a pass fake. You can't pick up your dribble against the press, and just a terrific play by Gaines. Defense has been carrying him in the second half.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Don't do your taxes. Let our experts do them for you. And by Propel Fitness Water.
Entering the game tonight, UAB, UTSA, only 2 teams in Conference USA with 18 of 20 league games played. So you look at the resume, coach for UAB, there's no way they get in as an at-large right now. This is the defending Conference USA champs. School record 27 wins last year. Beat Louisiana Tech in the conference championship game in Frisco. But you said a moment ago, and I'm with you in the break, dangerous.
Yeah.
And they could easily win the tournament again.
There's a reason they were picked first to win the league. Talent, coaching. They can do it so many ways. You know, they got a lot of work to do left in this game. But if they do somehow make the NCAA tournament, they can win 3 games in Frisco. I wouldn't want to play them. They have a lot of weapons, come from a lot of different directions.
McKnight 0 for 5 so far. Eric Gaines on the perimeter commits the foul. For UAB.
Not a good foul. He's feeling good. He likes to reach. His defense has been terrific. Side out of bounds, they do the 1-3-1.
Allen gathers, drives, trying to knock it in. First thought about a dunk, then got a foul on the way to the basket and earns a trip to the free throw line. So Coach McKnight is 0 for 5, 0 for 1 from 3. The last 2 years, Davion McKnight has started all 60 games at Western Kentucky, had 10+ points in 53 of those games. All but 3 games this year where he scored 9 points each. He's been incredibly consistent until tonight. It's been a major struggle.
Yeah, and it's a couple things. One, UAB's length, their game plan has taken him out of it. He can still get to double figures. Don't count him out. And he just got to make one and get himself going. And there's holes in that zone for him. They might want to put him on the baseline, bring a taller guy up to throw over the zone, and then let him attack and do some things. Just a lot of different things to move him around and get him going.
Tony back on the court here for Andy Kennedy. On a bounce, Brewer. All about challenging Sharp. Tony off ball cut, can't finish. Really good set. Davis, a lot of contact, another block. From Jamarion Sharp with a big rejection and swat on Davis down low. Wow.
Yeah, he's just never out of it, those long arms. And I was glad Brewer didn't try to challenge him. Great cut by Tony, just missed the layup, and then Sharp never gives up on a possession.
4 blocks tonight. Pass to Davis, inbounds play way behind him, but luckily Gaines is there to got a loose change at the top of the key. Lucky break for UAB. 10 to shoot for Gaines. Crossover on Sharp. Over the 7-5 Sharp, can't do it. Brewer tried for the hammer follow. It's off the mark as well. Rebound for Lander into the game for Western. McKnight trying to finally get going offensively and lost control of it after it was knocked out of bounds.
One of the reasons UAB is such a good rebounding team, because they break down the defense off the dribble so much, and guys have to come help, and they get so many second chance points. They've missed them the last 2 possessions, but their penetration. There you go.
Finally, step back for McKnight, his first points of the game.
And that's his spot on the floor. They went to it earlier. He made a great pass to Hamilton, who missed a shot. Maybe that'll get him going.
Had 19 in this building Thursday against Louisiana Tech, including 7 threes.
And back to the
6
zone.
tonight.
That's his spot on the floor. He got to it. He's like, I'm going to get myself going. And Coach Stansberry loves that shot.
Gaines left open for three. Way strong. Marshall off the Western bench. Defensive rebound for the Hilltoppers. Here's McKnight again. Trying to create, floats through traffic. Really tough shot. Got his own miss. That was amazingly athletic just to grab it near the baseline of a foul call. A lot more coming your way. Great basketball on CBS Sports Network, and CBS Sports celebrates Black history, its limitless culture, and undeniable impact. Happy Black History Month. Later tonight, Aztecs, New Mexico coming your way. San Diego State against the Lobos in Mountain West play. Rawls up top, the miss.
Ladarius Brewer in for the first time in a few games. It's a good sign for UAB fans. Give him a couple minutes, see how he handles it. I didn't like the last possession. They got him out. Gaines shot it too quick. Just got to be patient against his zone.
Taylor Lovin baseline, but can't finish the hammer dunk. A great offensive set and cut. And Marshall up and away. A big dunk for Western Kentucky, and the building comes to life here in Bowling Green. Timeout, UAB.
Yeah, it's inevitable when you miss a layup on one end, at least to a layup on the other end. And it was just a tough miss for Lovin. But little spark for West Kentucky. Let's see if that gets them going. Great timeout by Andy Kennedy.
UAB's largest lead in this game. Second half with 16 points. The Blazers have missed their last 6 and 2 for their last 10. A little mini run here for Western Kentucky to cut it to 11. And maybe, Mark, more importantly, to get the crowd on senior night involved finally.
Yeah, great fan base here. Trying to get into the game. If you can't score, it's hard to get people in the game. Great play out of a timeout for Walker. Just didn't go down. Tough guard for Sharp to show on those ball screens.
Lander for Sharp for 2.
Wow, what a catch and what a finish by the big man. Lander, great play, getting downhill.
7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks for the 7'5", Jamarion Sharp. Darius Brewer, the hairline wrist fracture, playing here, passing, and the easy stuff for KJ Buffin. That dunk wasn't missed by UAB.
No, and that's all Jelly Walker. 2 guys chased him off that screen. Buffin slipped it and got the dunk. That's what you got to do.
McKnight, the cut off ball, lays it in. Starting to warm up a little bit here. Davion McKnight, 17 a game. He's got his 2 first field goals of the game here in the second half.
Back to their zone. Zone's been good for him.
Buffin, high post touch. Goes by Sharp. No finish. Jemison up high. Flexes on the way back up court for UAB. Trey Jemison, the hammer follow.
Yeah, and that's just another example of a guy getting downhill. 2 guys try to guard him, and it opens up the rebound for the big man to finish.
Lander passing. Buffin broke it up. Timeout in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Davion McKnight after the slow start has his last 2 field goals to get going here for Western Kentucky. Still, it's an 11-point UAB lead in Conference USA. You're watching March to March on CBS Sports Network, presented by Principal. Coming up next, our coverage of college basketball wraps up in the Mountain West. Number 22, San Diego State takes on New Mexico. Keep it here on CBS Sports Network. So the Lobos last week break a 4-game losing streak against San Jose State on the road. Jamal Mashburn Jr., Jalen House, Morris Udeze. It's a really good team. Brian Dutch on the Aztecs, awesome again this year, Mark.
Yeah, he's done a heck of a job since he's become head coach there. They've always had great tradition. Defensively, they're always terrific. This might be one of his better teams. I think they can win some tournament games. I think there's 4 teams in the Mountain West that are deserving of an NCAA tournament. You know, hopefully they don't take a under 500 team from a different league and take a team that's 24-8 and not give them a chance.
I'm with you. Great year in the Mountain West. Here's Lander up top, way short on the set off the curl. And the top of the key jumper barely grazes the net and goes back to UAB.
Yeah, good set. Got a wide open 15-footer. Back to man. I thought they would stay in their zone.
Lander hit 3 threes with under 5 minutes to go to seal the Louisiana Tech win here on Thursday. Jemison lost the handle on the post-up, trying to get the seal on his man down low.
And that's what Gaines has to get rid of. He's trying to do home run plays, 10 seconds into the shot clock. You can get that with 5 seconds in the shot clock, especially when you're up 11 with 6.5 to go in the game. And that's what he's got to learn and grow from.
Hamilton at the high post. He's going to take over here for Western Kentucky. Someone's got to heat up. Rawls. Maybe it's him.
Yeah, bad communication defensively. Brewer, Ladarius just in the game. He should have got over that ball screen instead of switching it.
Second field goal tonight for Jordan Rawls. Off the bench for Western Kentucky. Taven Lovin on Lander, gets a roll.
The UAB fans are loving some loving tonight, aren't they? He's balling, getting downhill. It's been the difference in the game.
And Gaines 14 to lead the Blazers here on the road. Trying for their 5th straight win, looking for 9 out of 10. Entering their last game of the regular season next week against Charlotte. That's on the road. And they'll play Thursday in the quarterfinals of the Conference USA tournament.
See, Rawls has got to get that shot for McKnight instead of McKnight for Rawls. They got to flatten it out. As soon as they flatten it out, they can get whatever they want. They just keep playing guard to guard against that zone. Hasn't worked all night for them. Got to flatten it out and then attack their half-court man-to-man or switching zone.
2 for 9 for Walker tonight. 6 points, 2 for 7 from beyond the arc. His low for the season, 5 points against FIU. They're still winning in convincing fashion. Another miss for Western Kentucky. And up by 11, UAB get the ball back here.
I think that's what makes UAB so scary. When you have such a dynamic player, and boy, is he fun to watch in person. And he doesn't have to score, and they're still up 11 on the road against a really, really good West Kentucky team. Really talented team.
Crowd's never really been in the game here, Mark. Walker travels and turns it over in front of the Blazer bench. Akon and Sharp will come back in here for Rick Stansbury.
Well, we feel it too. There's no rhythm to this game. Changing defenses, big time game. They both played Thursday night. 2 days later, UAB had to travel. Just hadn't been a lot of rhythm, and Crowd hadn't been able to get into it because of that.
Hamilton has led the way tonight, 16 points for Western Kentucky.
Showing your man stuff.
ISO McKnight. No. Akot, Sharp, watched by Jemison. Kick out with 10 to shoot. McKnight through traffic, blocked. Gains a piece of it, regained. And Hamilton earns a trip to the free throw line with good effort on the offensive rebounding side.
Yeah, I just think, once they get the zone out, they just got to attack, and he does. This Gaines is something else, and he about had his head on the backboard there. And great follow-up on the shot. But McKnight getting downhill, I just think there's between the 1-3-1 and getting into their offense, it's just been too slow tonight, and they haven't been able to get any rhythm.
Fifth-year senior, Charlotte, North Carolina. Luke Stop, as we talked about, played for Marquette, Maryland, also Boston College and in Western Kentucky. Lots of ability for Jarius Hamilton, no question. Team's third leading scorer, about 10 a game. And 12 against Louisiana Tech, as we talked about, a 4-7 shooting here Thursday night. That was a much different outcome for Western Kentucky. A convincing win over the Bulldogs. Tonight it's been all UAB, but so plenty of time here, Mark, for a comeback.
Yeah, plenty of time. Back to the zone, I like it.
Gaines left alone. Kick out from Buffin, and he makes Western Kentucky pay. Big three, Eric Gaines' second triple tonight.
See, the game's not hard, and they just made simple play. They threw it to Buffin, he did one dribble, zone collapsed, threw it back out. Second big three against the zone for Gaines this game.
17 for Gaines to lead the way for UAB. Hamilton short on three. Long rebound for Buffin. And his own free throw line. Gaines and UAB in no hurry whatsoever here, up by 12.
Yeah, you want to use the whole clock now, under 3. Shorten the game as much as you can.
Taven Lovin, a reach from Allen and a foul. Leading us to a timeout. Gaines, big off the benchmark tonight for UAB.
Yeah, just great offense, playing inside out. They didn't rush it, played with great patience. Gaines has been terrific in the second half. Big lead for the Blazers.
All right, Coach, Turgeon display worth a watch. Presented by Principal Eric Gaines, been fantastic tonight. The pressure, the steal, the stuff.
Yeah, maybe coming off the bench has been good for him, but yeah, he is so athletic. And I made the comment today at shoot-around, he reminds me of a little bit of Allen Iverson. I was lucky enough to coach Allen Iverson with the Sixers. It just his length, his craftiness with the ball, and his competitiveness and athleticism. He's just got to slow down and make better decisions. But that was a big time. Really got him going in the second half. He's been great. 50% from the field, 7 for 14. That's good numbers.
On a lot of NBA draft boards before the year started. Tremendous ability. LSU transfer. Up and down season at UAB in year 1 for the Blazers. He's up tonight. No doubt about it. Big factor. 8 to shoot here. Crossover dribble. A step back. Feeds the post. Jemison. Over Sharp. Good luck. 5th block for Sharp. And that's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I loved it, though. It was great offense. It just was a tough shoulder for Jemison. He's better over his left shoulder. But great patience. Used the whole shot clock. He's just not as good going over that right shoulder. And then Sharp doing what he does. I think that's 5 now. Over his average.
Amazing.
Yeah, he really
game
is.
to lead the nation entering play tonight. A factor as a rim protector for Western Kentucky. Hamilton on Taven Lovin. Baseline spins. Too strong. Allen soaring for the offensive rebound. Hamilton lost it. Takeaway from Lovin.
Yeah, great hands. Whole team's got great hands.
I'm with you. Quick hands all night. A lot of turnovers.
And in this second half, they played with such great poise and maturity. They look like a team that's won 27 games last year.
You see why, right?
Yeah,
record-setting season in so many ways for UAB last year. Won the Conference USA tournament. Louisiana Tech in the final. After a classic triple overtime semifinal win over Middle Tennessee. Walker contested three over McKnight, way off, another shot clock violation, but they're using a lot of time here with a 12-point lead.
Andy's okay with it. You know, Gaines was under control, couldn't get downhill, threw it back. Jelly's made a lot of those in his career.
Not tonight.
Yeah,
but you're right.
Use the whole clock, and you know the clock's their friend right now.
That steal stat mark is 9-1 in favor of UAB tonight. 9 steals. Good play down low for sure.
And they need to run that every time. And they went sideline, boom, like a sideline break against the 1-3-1.
Western Kentucky, an enigma in a lot of ways. 2 5-game losing streaks this year. Their coach, we talked about Rick Stansbury out for a 9-game stretch due to health issue. Gaines up top. Been a really up and down year. Feeding Jemison! Exclamation point.
Fantastic.
The knockout punch, hammer dunk from Trey Jemison. What a pass.
Yeah. Change of pace by Gaines is pretty spectacular.
10 and 10 for Jemison, another double-double. Allen drives the paint and scores. A quick timeout called by Rick Stansbury. This team still down double figures. UAB in control throughout this game tonight, looking for a road win with only 1 game left for the Blazers in the regular season after this.
Well, you get the highlight here. Gaines has really played at a great pace this second half, and perfect pass to Jemison, and Jemison about tore the rim down. Just an unbelievably impressive effort by UAB, especially in the second half, without their star player having to go get 22 or 23 tonight. And well-balanced basketball team that can win basketball games a lot of different ways. Wonder with their defense tonight.
Rock fight type win tonight. 8th double-double for Jemison. That leads Conference USA. And been in a tie with 2 others entering play tonight. Buffin baseline, another dunk from Lovin. And just keep on trucking. He had been tied with Max Fielder of Rice and Jacob Germany of UTSA with a 7 double-doubles prior to tonight's impressive effort with a minute to go in regulation. And a very tough place to play. Hamilton on senior night's got one more.
Yeah, that was a terrific offense at one end. That's why Lovin's in the game. He came to the high post, got buffing a layup, and then they've kind of figured it out now. They're getting some layups and some good shots against this 1-3-1.
UAB by 10 here. The stars we talked about, coach, at the top of the broadcast, not shining very brightly this evening. Jelly Walker will not have a season low. They have been 5, as we talked about, against FIU early this year. McKnight has really struggled. The 2 field goals have come in the second half.
Yeah, that just shows you how important McKnight is to his team. He has to do so much. He has to be great every night for Western Kentucky to win. And UAB showing us, and maybe it's because Jelly got hurt, they learned to win without him. They were 3-2 without him. They have a really deep team and a lot of really good players. And a lot of good players sitting on the bench that helped them in the first half that didn't really need to play in the second half.
Gaines tracked down by Lander. See if Rick Stansbury wants to foul early here, and there is the foul. They've got some to give, though. It's the 15 foul second half for Western Kentucky.
Did you see that one-man press offense? They throw it into Gaines, and he comes up. But, you know, the things to learn. He jumped the pass there. Lovin was coming to the high post for him like he's supposed to do, and he just got to stay on his feet. He got bailed out with the foul call.
Foul. The 6 now. Second half for Western. One more and time to shoot for UAB, up by 10.
And this is important stuff as you go on in the tournaments, being able to get the ball inbounds from the side under pressure.
Walker almost traveled, then was fouled near the timeline.
Yeah, they might have missed one there. Man, is he fast. He is so fun to watch. And I know he didn't play the way he's capable of playing, but man, as a spectator, the guy sitting there doing TV, he is fun to watch.
Jelly Walker got one more free throw. 290 career three-pointers. 267 of those for UAB in 2 years. Remember, third stop for him. Seton Hall, Tulane. We talked to him yesterday after the practice, coach. He was more of a distributor, defensive-minded player at Tulane in the American Conference. As he said to us, I didn't have the keys to be the offensive star. Now I do. And although tonight, not huge numbers, what a season and what a 2-year run for Jordan Walker in Conference USA. Buffett left alone, easy dunk. And another exclamation point slammed. And plenty of those tonight for UAB on the road. Very impressive victory to be here for the Blazers away from Birmingham.
Yeah, the changing defenses was just too much for Western Kentucky. And give Andy Kennedy a lot of credit for Jelly Walker's freedom and playing the way he's playing. And he'll dribble this out now and be a nice bus ride home to Birmingham tonight. Great win.
That is that. UAB 22-8, 13-6 in conference. They've won their 5th straight, and 9 of 10 for Andy Kennedy. A split head-to-head with Western Kentucky this year after losing by 2 to the Toppers back on January 11th. FAU won again today, Coach. We talked about it. What a year, 19th in the net for the Owls.
Yeah, they're terrific. I think they're an NCAA tournament team. But you're looking at these standings and you're sitting there, boy, I don't want to play UAB in the conference tournament. I don't want to play Middle Tennessee in the conference tournament. And Charlotte's hot right now, too. So a terrific league that I think will have an at-large team if they don't win the tournament in Frisco.
They gained 17 points to lead the way off the bench for UAB. David Lovett had 14, a double-double, the 8th of the year for Trey Jemison. He was 10-10. And a fantastic road win for UAB tonight. McKnight only had 4 points on 2 of 9 shooting. Hamilton on senior night had 20 points. A nice way to finish out his home career as a Hilltopper.
Yeah, happy for him, but I'm just so impressed with UAB, and Gaines was spectacular. He gets a little bit loose, but he was in control tonight. Great defensively, too.
Final score tonight, 72-60. UAB beats Western Kentucky. Coming up, number 22, San Diego State takes on New Mexico. Now from Mark Turgeon and the entire crew is Dave Ryan saying so long. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Impressive road win for UAB in Conference USA. The defending champs look great tonight in Bowling Green.